video to use it in your digital marketing campaigns. Now we're on day 22 of our digital challenge. Day 23 is down to you guys. So any topic that you want to cover, put it in the comments. Let us know what you would like us to cover. Any tips about anything to do with digital marketing. Now, one of the things with killer digital marketing videos is one thing that you have to understand is how we're consuming video. Now, it is predicted that by 2020, 83% of consumer traffic will be to video content. Now, we're seeing such an amount of content on the web, and to really stand out from the crowd, video is going to really help you on that journey. So think about like YouTube, more than 5 billion video views are watched each day. Facebook, around 500 million people watch Facebook videos every day. 82% of Twitter's audience is watching video content. And on channels like LinkedIn, what we're seeing is that now you have video, it's changing the way that our audience consumes content. Now, what it means is that, for instance, if you're producing articles like blogs, 5 tips to do such and such, it's a great hub for your content strategy because you can take social snippets out of that blog and drive that back through the month. But you can also do things like animation. You can turn like a PowerPoint into a little animation, 5 tips. You could do a video. You could do a live. Now, the perfect length of a live is anything from 10 minutes. Now, in some of our private groups and things that we have, we do sometimes training sessions through live. You know, it adds a dynamic feature to your whole proposition. Now, when you're looking to create video, make sure you choose the right tool. Now, when you're creating any type of video, you need to make sure that either you're doing it from your phone. The great news is about phones is they have some of the best cameras. Now, Bentley has done is one of its entire adverts on an iPhone. And you can even watch this on YouTube. Just type in Bentley ad iPhone, and you can also watch the making. It's really fascinating to see that some of the world's global luxury brands are utilizing some of the tools that are available to everybody. Now, pretty much everyone's got a mobile phone these days, so there's no excuse. You can go live, you can record it. You know, one of the things that's a great advantage is that your competitor is probably not doing as much video, or maybe they are, but as soon as you stand in front of that camera, it's like a habit. Once you've done it for 3 weeks or so, you won't be bothered about going in front of the camera. You know, everyone's worried about judgment and things like that. But you know what? When we see videos, the majority of us are going to think, good on them for getting in front of the camera, doing it. You know, they may not want to do that. So when you're choosing the right tools, it's not just about obviously using mobile or using your laptop, but you need to think about things like obviously a webcam. I would always recommend in any marketing video, even if you're doing webinars, use an external webcam on your laptop because you need something that's dedicated for the job. You can pick these up from even like Amazon, Argos, anywhere like that, ranging from about £20. Now, the higher the resolution of the camera, the better the picture. Now, that really helps because for us, going live 30 days means, number one, we have to try and find Wi-Fi, which me traveling all day, every day, different locations around the world, I have to try and be in situ where I can just get online. Now, again, I can't always help the Wi-Fi speed, but what I can try and do is use things like an external webcam to try and get a good picture, and try and use something like an external mic. Now, we use an external travel condenser mic. Again, these can be picked up on Amazon. Our Amazon mic was about £20. Our camera was about £20. So we've got a whole travel kit to do these live for under 50 quid. Now, the thing is people think that video marketing has to be expensive. And the thing is the perfect sweet spot for a social media post can be anything from like 20, 30 seconds. If you're going live, we want to be looking around about more like 10 minutes. And you want to be trying to think about how to add value. So there's different mediums and they have different objectives. So try and think about the tools, think about the equipment that you need, and try and think about, you know, challenging yourself. You know, why not do, you know, I'm not saying maybe a 30-day challenge, it's pretty tough, but maybe do like a 3-day challenge where you're bringing your audience tips, or a weekly challenge where every Friday. Now, we have an email that we send out to clients, which is blog articles. And every Tuesday, we send a Tips Tuesday to our agency clients. And the thing is when we're teaching video marketing, people are so surprised about the amount of free tools that are out there. So remember, when you're doing a video, that there's some crucial things you need to include. The type of video whereby you're trying to do lead generation and you're trying to position obviously a problem, you need to introduce that problem but really relate to the audience. At the end of the day, if they can feel that you understand what their issue is and that you've had that issue too, they're going to feel closer. Now, we know that a study by Nielsen that was actually done by Facebook, they hired Nielsen to do a research project to see how long we needed to watch a video to actually resonate with the brand and sort of bond with the message. And the recognition will start from as little as 3 seconds. Now, when you can use tools like Facebook to do remarketing, and you can only, well, you're only paying for people who are watching 3 to 10 seconds, this is great because once you've bonded with your audience and they're seeing you again and again, you're building a following, a tribe. And you imagine you're trying to position to the audience what the problem is, but we also need to get them to imagine what nirvana looks like without the pain or problem that you're trying to solve. You know, why does your business exist? You know, many people in video are still trying to position things like features, where really it's the benefit that we need to pull through. Now, you also need to position in a video that if you know what the problem is and you know how to solve it, you need to tell people why it's important now, because people will always find an excuse not to do it. Now, it could be that their competitors could get an advantage against them. It could be that there's something in the industry, you know, with GDPR and things like that. In a video, it would be relating to the scenario. So, for instance, have you got data that you're not sure is going to be compliant? Well, we know how to obviously go through all the checklists and make you compliant. We have maybe a 12-step roadmap that's going to help you get from A to B. So imagine that May comes, May 2018, and you've got all your data compliant, all of those people opted in, which means that your campaigns are going to get better open rate, better conversion, and you're going to be generating more leads and sales. Now, you have to really identify with why the people need to do it and how you're going to get them there. So you're almost like offering them a bridge that your solution is going to give them clarity. Most people know where they want to be. You just don't necessarily know the steps or daily actions of how to get there. So maybe positioning that it's an 8-step model or so on. For instance, on our fast track courses, we teach an 8-step model, which is the dynamic digital marketing model. It breaks down 8 of the key channels in digital, but also breaks it down not into just monthly actions, but daily actions. Now, those are the things that are going to bring real value to your audience. So think about the seeding your proposition throughout your video as well. We don't always want to be sold to, but by positioning yourself as an expert, identifying and relating with the audience, and then bonding with that person by trying to add some value too. Don't just try and do sort of marketing videos where you're selling to people online. Try and think about talking to people in a really nice, human, genuine way. Now, one of the things when we set out with the 30-day digital challenge is that, do you know what? These videos are not going to be polished. They're not always going to be the best quality because it depends on the Wi-Fi, depends where we are. I've been traveling in cars, trains, wherever. And I've had to just try and find Wi-Fi. Now, do you know what? That brings authenticity to it because it's us doing a challenge. We're trying to inspire people, trying to get people to understand they can do it too. You know, the whole challenge is about getting people to understand the value of Facebook, the value of video, and the fact that every tip that we give is actionable in the business. And also to do something like video marketing, there's huge benefit. We're nearly at 1.5 million views and we're on day 22. Now by day 30, we're aiming to be at 2 million views. Now, at the end of the day, the 30-day challenge, even if that's all we manage to achieve and bring digital skills to other people, it's had a massive impact on brand awareness. And also, we've been able to add value so that it won't just end there. So when you're doing your digital marketing videos, a couple of tools that you need to go and have a look at are obviously things like webcams. Getting good visual and good audio is the best thing you can do. Now, with your Wi-Fi, you can do a quick web test. What we're looking for is the highest upload speed possible on video. So don't just look at the overall speed. Try and get to 4 in terms of the speed. Often when you do a test, it might come up with like 1 or 2. What that means is that when you're watching video, and we've had this issue ourselves doing Go Live, is that you might have slightly stilted, video or imagery. And what you always want to do is try and get as good an image as possible. Now with lighting, one last tip for today. Try and get as much natural light in front of you as possible. So if you're in a room and there's a window in that room, try and have the window facing you. And make sure that if you haven't got any natural light, so for instance in this room there's nothing. We've got as much light as possible on. It's probably not the best lighting for me, but at least you can see obviously me and the background, and I'm standing out slightly from the background. You don't want to merge into the background or be too overexposed. So try and utilize natural light. So again, if you've got to be outside, that's a perfect platform. You don't have to worry about any lighting. What we can do is sometimes we'll bring travel lighting. So you can have a quick light, and we have things like little selfie cams and things we can clip onto just to try and get that light coming through. So if you're looking for video kit, best stop is somewhere like Amazon. You can type it in and you can get really good external webcams and condenser mics that just plug in. They're tiny little microphones. Let me just see if I can show you this one here. It's tiny little condenser mic, as I say, it folds up. It means that we can travel with this microphone, and it means that it just sets up and I can put it in my handbag. So I will see you tomorrow on day 23. Hopefully that's brought some value and get you inspired into doing some digital marketing videos. And if there's any questions about digital marketing or how to create videos or anything about equipment, just put it in the comments area. So help us on our journey and comment in terms of any topic you want to cover us for day 23. Like the page on Facebook and make sure that you don't miss out on any of our 10-minute tips. We'll be here at 1 o'clock on Facebook, and if you're watching this on any of the other platforms, come and like our page on Facebook. It's Business Consult, and join our group because you'll get all 30 days of videos in one collection. And we're putting together a little playlist so that you can access all of these videos, and there'll be supplementary blogs as well with a bit more detail behind some of the topics that we've talked about in these sessions. So have a great day, and we'll see you for day 23. And then there'll be just 7 days, 1 week left of our digital challenge. So make sure you let us know what you'd like us to cover.